Hey, what is going on, Geminis? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your 1 week read. I'm going to do. I don't know why I said that way. Kind of creeped me out a little bit. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your sun, moon, rising, and your Venus. For all your cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. With all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Geminis? What message do we have for Geminis? Okay, there's a little bit to unpack here. All right. So, the first thing I see, Geminis, I feel like there's this really strong energy around you, and I feel like it's someone that I feel like you have. I feel like it's someone that I feel like you have a history with this person. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean romantic history. I just feel like this person's familiar to you. But I feel like this person, they're keeping secrets from you. We have the Seven of Swords. I feel like there's something they're keeping from you, and I feel like it's huge. To be honest with you, I feel like there's this huge secret that this person's keeping from you. I'm getting a third party energy, but I also, we got the Five of Swords, so I feel like there's some regret here. Now, so I feel like in the past, I feel like there was a potential for something between the two of you. I feel like there was something going on. It never really developed. Now, either you found someone else or they chose someone else. As third party, I'm not really picking up on which side it is, but there's regret in this person. Like feeling like they didn't take the opportunity when they should have, or feeling like they made the wrong decision. Now, whether that being not taking it, not taking that next step with you and you finding someone else, or them going a different way, either way, I feel like they made a huge mistake. They know they made a huge mistake. This person is. I feel like this person even tried to walk away from you, even forget you with this hot and cold energy, but I feel like they couldn't. They couldn't forget you. They couldn't forget. Emotionally, they couldn't walk away either, which makes regret sink in even deeper. I feel like they didn't know how much they didn't realize how much they really cared about you, and I feel like they really cared about you. They really care about you still. I feel like you're the only person that they can talk to. You're the only person they could ever really talk to and really be open with. Kind of let their guard down with that Eight of Swords in reverse and the Eight of Wands. They feel like you just understood them. I feel like they weren't reading the signs when the signs were presented to them. And now they're regretting that. Because you have a very unique connection with this person. I feel like you both saw it, you both felt it, but with that Lovers card, that Gemini energy, it's like I said, it's like that iceberg love that that phrase I like to coin for the Lovers card. We both know there's something there. I feel like we didn't get a chance to get close enough to see how deep it goes. And I feel like it goes very deep. Like we didn't get the chance to look under the surface. I mean, this person's thinking about you and only you. No matter what happens, I mean, they're still fantasizing about you. They're still dreaming about you. They're still daydreaming. I mean, they're drawn to you with that Empress. I mean, they're absolutely drawn to you. And I feel like it's causing issues. It's causing issues in their life. It's causing chaos because they made the wrong decision. It's causing them late nights anxiety. It's causing turmoil in their life. I mean, I don't know what you did to this person. I'm not blaming you. Sorry, I came out that way, but I don't know, man. This person really, they're all about you. And I feel like somewhere along the line they made the wrong decision. And now I feel like they knew it then that they were making a bad decision, but I feel like they really know it now. When you make a bad decision at the time and you're like, okay, well, I'm just going to have to suck it up. I made a bad decision. But then later on, as it goes, you're starting to think, okay, this decision was worse than I thought it was. And this is really pissing me off that I made the wrong choice. Like that person that lets the person go in front of them to buy a lottery ticket, and that person ends up winning $10 million. Like, oh yeah, you can cut the line, you can go, and then you buy your ticket and you find out that person won the lottery. That sort of thing. You're like, oh, good for them. Later on, you're like, yeah, I could use $10 million. I don't think they realize how deeply they cared about you and how deeply you filled voids in their life. Like I said, I mean, the open and honest with you, I mean, they didn't have to hide shit from you. They could just be them, and they felt no judgment. They felt safe. They felt, drawn to you. They felt like they could be completely honest with you. All the things that they wanted, they had, and they just didn't see it. But what I see moving forward is I feel like this person letting go of the things that were holding them back, letting go of, seeing things in a different perspective with that Hangman. Wanting to get their life back into balance, and you need to be there. In their opinion, you have to be there. You give them balance and they want it. They want it back. They want a second chance. They want a first chance. They weren't trusting their intuition. They thought it was more of a friendship, maybe some, maybe something even casual. But like I said, either they didn't make the move and you moved on, or they made the move on the wrong person. But all that's coming to an end. They can't let this hold them back. They can't let this regret hold them back anymore. It's too much. They don't want to keep going with this regret. So they're going to try to make it right. They want to make everything come full circle with that World card. The World card being the final of the major arcana. Like the last major arcana in the tarot deck. Everything's coming full circle. To be honest, though, I feel like if this moved forward in the past, it wouldn't have worked out, or it wouldn't have worked out as well. But I see a lot of potential in this. You know, I feel like this person's ready to fight for what they want, and what they want is you. You know, I mean, we end this with the Sun card. I mean, I see a lot of happiness in your future. And, you know, sometimes we just don't see it. I mean, it can be right there in front of us and doing everything but slapping us in the face, and we just don't see it. I feel like this person didn't see it. They didn't see what was right in front of them. And if they did see it, they didn't do anything about it. Like I said, for some of you, I feel like this is, you know, they didn't take their shot, so you moved on. And for others, I feel like it's, they didn't see what they had in you, and they chose poorly. They chose someone else, or they could even so much. I'm feeling that third party energy really strongly. So there's definitely somebody that got in the way of this, and unfortunately, that happens. I'm going all notebook on you guys here. I mean, the third party. The sad thing is, it's not their fault. Someone's gonna get hurt here. I feel like someone's gonna get hurt, but like I said, there's a lot to unpack. We have Sagittarius. I mean, we have some Aries as well. We have Aquarius. We have Gemini, Cancer, and Pisces, and Capricorn. You know, when I said I'm going all notebook, I felt like, you know, in that movie, it's like, I know he did write her, and the mom hid the letters, but it's that other guy. He seemed like a really nice guy, you know? He really cared about her. But he had to get hurt, you know? He ended up getting hurt, and it's sad, because sometimes people get hurt, and it's unavoidable. I don't know why I said the Notebook. I always liked that movie, though. It's a good movie. But I always felt like, I don't know if people, is that normal? Did other people feel bad for the other guy? I haven't watched it enough to remember the guy's name, but I did feel bad for him. He seemed really nice. But my heart wants what it wants. Even in sometimes when you don't listen to it. Unfortunately. Like I said, I feel like if this would have went any further, I feel like if this would have went further before, I feel like it would have ended badly, because I don't feel like it was the time. You know, sometimes we meet the right people at the wrong time. I mean, I don't tell people any of this story, but when I met Rose, I met her a year before we actually got together. And a lot went on in that year. She actually, she's from the East Coast, like me. We met on the West Coast. I was out there working, and she was out there living with her dad, working for her dad. He had a company. And we met. And we really hit it off. But then we kind of, like, I worked a lot. Like, I was working 18 hours a day, 7 days a week on the oil rigs. And so it just didn't really work out, because she had a lot going on in her life. She ended up moving back to the East Coast. Then after, you know, almost a year, she had moved back, and we somehow found each other again. Actually, it was through my cousin. He knew her really well. He was in the same friends group as her, and she was talking to him one night, and he had mentioned that I was there, and she's like, "Oh, I'm coming up. You know, I want to see him. I miss him. I never seen him in a while. You know, I really like him." So she came up and kind of been inseparable since then. And I think that the way our lives were the year prior to that, I think if we got together then, I don't think it would have worked out because she had a lot going on in her life back and forth. I had a lot of work going on. I didn't have the time to give her the attention. I feel like I wouldn't have had the time to not give her attention. I don't want to make her feel like needs attention. I just mean like I don't think we would have been able to develop a real relationship. When we ended up meeting up again, I was kind of on a downtime at work. I was still working, but I was only working 10 hours a day, 5 days a week, because there's busy seasons and kind of slow seasons. So I had a little bit extra time to like spend time with her and stuff and really get to know her. But I think if we would have hooked up a year before, I don't think we would have ever got to where we're at. Or at least I don't know. I mean, I always tell her that like we're soulmates. So I mean, I feel like it would have worked out no matter how we would have done it. But maybe it wouldn't have worked out at that time. But some things. Like in this read, I feel like this person didn't trust her intuition and didn't really listen to, what it was saying, and I feel like they didn't see what they had in front of them. But I feel like they needed to understand what they had in front of them. Makes them appreciate you more. Anyway, be good. Take care. Stay safe.